Hello and welcome to the Sports Center YouTube channel. Me and Carl are here today to talk about the breaking news that Lucas Paqueta has allegedly been found guilty. So that's allegedly for breaching FA gambling rules. Carlos, how are we doing?
Yep, good. I'm interested in this one. I'm quite invested in Paqueta, however you pronounce his name. So, good little chat, this one, I think.
Well, I think just to kind of give everyone, I'm sure everyone's heard about it, but if not, give some people a bit of context. So apparently, it's alleged that Paquetá has directly sought to influence the progress, the conduct, or any other aspect of an occurrence in a match. So basically, long story short, to put it in layman's terms, he's allegedly been found to have got booked on four separate occasions. So them games was a 2-0 loss to Leicester in 2022, a 1-1 draw to Villa, a 3-1 win against Leeds, and a 1-1 draw against Bournemouth. It's a bit of a, and do you know one that really sticks out for me? And as I was reading these earlier, it's the Bournemouth one because he got booked for an intentional handball in the 94th minute.
Right. Mhm. Yeah, it's. I think this is worse than any other situation we've seen. Regarding like Ivan Toney, Sandro Tonali. For me, this is worse. Yes, there's only four things that have been found at the moment, but at least with Tony and Tonali, there was betting to win. But this
I
guy's done this completely different. And for me, this should be if he is found guilty, this should be a longer ban than both of them two.
I totally agree, and I think it's going to be a lengthy process, probably for that reason. The fact that he's basically influencing a game, and whether it's the score or whatever happens, his actions have got some influence in the game. And as I say again, if he's found to be guilty at the moment, he's done nothing wrong, and he has actually released a statement basically saying that he's been cooperating with the FA for the last 9 months. He's really disappointed, and he's going to fight his corner. But I'm with you. I think if he does get found for this, I think they're going to come and slap him with a big fuck off ban, big one.
They need to, which I'm the need to, but I'm gutted in a way because he's a player that I really really like. When we were touted before he went to West Ham, we were touted with us because obviously he's best mates with Bruno Guimaraes.
No, is it?
So yeah, so there were lots of images and videos and clips and stuff of him wearing a Newcastle shirt at Bruno's house in Newcastle
Right.
just before he went to West Ham. So we were all going wild thinking we were having him up here. And then he went to West Ham. So I've always sort of watched him. Um, and I think he's flourished at West Ham. He's good to watch. So I don't want to see him banned. But at the same time, if he's done this, he's got to be banned for at least a full season, especially when you think Tonali's done a full season.
Well, you were just saying then in terms of you thought he were going to go to Newcastle, or you thought he might have had a chance of Newcastle being with him. City were obviously in for him or in
Last season.
showed interest in the summer of last season, and no one knows the absolute truth, but rumor has it that basically they backed away because of all
Because of
this.
this.
Yeah, and now
Well,
it's
I heard
come up
this. I
again.
heard all this last year. I heard all this last year.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's what put them off.
yeah.
And then, but some things they're going in for him again, like this year.
Mm.
It's put them off again, hasn't it? So
Well, do you think it will? Do you think it will put them off?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not? Why would you get him this year when you could potentially get him year after with a year less on his contract? So he's going to be cheaper.
Well, West Ham have come out and said that they're going to support the player until which I suppose they've got to do
They've
really,
got
haven't
to.
they? Yeah, of
Yeah.
course they have. I mean, at this moment in time, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's not been found guilty of anything. But as I say, when I was reading through, I mean, anyone can get booked, can't they? He's a midfielder for one, so he sees a lot of the ball. He puts a lot of tackles in. It was just that last one for me that just stood out. A deliberate handball in the 94th minute. We're like, that's
But this
dodgy, is that?
it's very dodgy. But it's apparently he's not got any other winnings, has it? It's from betting in Brazil. So it's like he's told family members and friends and stuff that I'll do this, and you'll get a windfall.
Yeah.
But it's only the Brazilian gambling companies that have picked up a weird pattern and then reported it to whoever it may be.
Well, that's the alleged accusation, isn't it, that he's been basically sought after manipulating a game, if you like, which it's dodgy, really. It's a difficult one, though, isn't it? Because you think it shows a lot of desperation. If you're that desperate to like be supplying you people back in your community with some sort. You can play devil's advocate, and you can look at on one side, you can think it's. I'm not going to say nice, just I can't think of a better word, but at the
You
same
can
time,
understand it.
yeah. But at the same time, I'm thinking he's probably earning what? I mean, off the top of my head, 120, 150 grand a week. I think if you want to give some
Just give
money
him a little
back
bit
to
of
him,
that then.
bro, just chuck him a little wedge, every now and again. You don't have to throw your football career down, Swanee.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Completely agree. It's a sad state of affair, I think.
It is. It definitely is, and especially when there's so much focus on players at the moment, and as we we're just saying, then they earn so much money.
I mean,
I think
I
it.
personally,
Well,
I don't get the fact that like with Tenali and Tony, I don't really see what they've. I mean, I know that rules are rules, but I don't really see what they've done wrong as being bad, really, because they're not betting on a game to lose, which they could influence. They're not betting on bookings or anything like that. They are genuinely betting to win.
I'm going to say they bet on their own teams to win, didn't they?
Yeah. So it's like, well, I don't really see that. I mean, if we switch to boxing, we know that like Ryan Garcia, which we've done pod on,
Yeah.
um, he bet on himself, and that's allowed in boxing. What's the difference? If he can bet on himself to win, why can't a footballer bet on himself or his team to win? Granted, you cannot bet on it to lose because you can quite easily score 10 own goals for argument's sake, you know. But to win, I don't get why you can't.
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm sure there's some valid reason as to why you can't do it. But it does make a little bit of a mockery, but especially as well when I'm just looking at a picture tonight now, and like West Ham sponsors, they've got a bet
A gambling.
a gambling company across front of the shirt, and it's just so bloody ironic.
Well, it's funny. We had one last year when
Oh yeah,
Tenali got found.
of
Fun
course, of
88.
course.
I think it won't be long. I don't think until I think. Well, I think they've taken away the. Is it from next season or season after where you're not allowed to have gambling
On front of the
companies
shirts.
on the front of your shirt?
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago that we weren't allowed to advertise smoking and alcohol in any sporting things. Because if you remember, like snooker, Embassy World Championship and stuff like that,
I remember
not
like
allowed
when
any
they
of
had F1 when they had like Marlboro Olivet cars.
that. Yeah, Ferrari, Marlboro. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too long until gambling's not allowed to be advertised. I think you'll have to be sponsored by them, but not advertised on any sort of shirts and stuff.
Well, they took it off all kids ones, haven't they? A few years ago now.
Yeah, yeah, they have. Yeah,
Mm. Which is, I think it's a good thing, but at the same time, feel a bit sorry for kids then, because like you want the same shirt as your heroes,
as your idol,
exactly.
absolutely.
And then
Yeah.
because of that, it's an interesting one. As I say, I think he's got till. Has he got till like
4th of June,
is it something I
3rd
want
or
to say
4th of June.
something like 3rd of June or something to appeal. And to be fair, his statement came out pretty much instantly. So whether he got a heads up that he was going to get charged, but I listened to Talksport at the time because I was in the car, and it was breaking news pretty much at 4 o'clock, and then his statement came out at like 1:15. It won't far off. So he must have had it already prepared.
Must have done.
Yeah. Watch this space.
Watch this space. There we go. There we go.
Sound right, pal. I'll let you get back to your darts.
Can't wait. Can't wait. It's already on. I'm buzzing.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll be a good day and we can do an darts final tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Stay tuned for that, guys. Right, thanks for watching as always.
Stay tuned for that, guys. Right, thanks for watching as always. Bye. hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We'll catch you later. See ya.